Let me see. We are live. Let me fix the camera just a little bit here. Welcome, welcome. This is Soldier of Self-Mastery. I see we had somebody that came on board and dropped off, and that's fine. It's going to happen. I'm excited, my friends. Another episode. I'm truly excited. This is episode 12. Who am I? Santos Jr., a.k.a. Soldier of Self-Mastery, Philosopher of Everyday Victorious Living, right here in Stockton, California. I'm going to be getting some house cleaning out of the way so that we can get into our programming today. We're going to be talking about business, building tips, building a business from scratch. Are you interested in building a business, something that you can call your own, something that you control, something that will give you, not only will keep you busy, but will give you energy, confidence, encouragement, vision? I see we have somebody. There's some instructions already in the message, the chat area. And if you want to go over that, I'd love to meet who you are, where you're from. If you have a question, we're going to get started today. We're going to go through this session rather quick today, but I'm excited, my friends. I'm excited. You know what? Episode number 12. And here we are once again. I may be moving the time to a little bit later in the evening if it works out with more people. I want to see if I can get some feedback on that. So today's topic is business building, vision. And we've been on a series of what will motivate us to change, to transform our lives, to become the very best person that we can become, my friends. Thank you for joining. The instructions are there. So feel free to interrupt what I'm talking about, because sometimes I can blah, 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 blah. So this is your program, my friend. What is it that you want to talk about? I know we've been talking today. We're going to start on the topic of business building from scratch. And what does this have to do with gambling, problem gambling, or addictions, or anything else for that matter that we're plagued in or troubled with? Well, we have to learn to focus, right? We absolutely have to learn to shift our mindset. In order for us to change and become better, we have to be willing to change and become better. I know it sounds simplistic. David, welcome to the program. Thank you. What's up, bro? A lot of people getting ready to go to that evil place. That's a sad statement, but it's true. A lot of people are getting off work, but those that decide to come on board here tonight, you're going to feel energized. You're going to feel motivated. You are going to be challenged to think higher of yourself, because you're capable, my friend. You're capable of doing a lot more, and you're capable of breaking through. It takes a decision. David, by the way, where are you from, David? I'm just kind of curious. Let me get some house cleaning out of the way here. We are here Fridays and Sundays between the hours of 4 and 5 p.m. I may be changing that time to a little bit of a later evening time. Once again, thank you for your donations. If you are getting something out of these broadcasts, if you are experiencing some good trauma, some paradigm optimization, and you love to give, feel free to donate. The link is going to be right there in the chat area. It's a secure website that I have. So whatever it is that you donate is going to go to good use, and you don't have to worry about your credit card or your debit card, whatever you use. It's a highly secure site. Next to New York, Connecticut. Right on, David. By the way, I'm from Connecticut myself, originally from Connecticut, from Hartford. Well, I was born in Cuamo, Puerto Rico. My parents migrated in the 50s and 60s to Connecticut, Hartford, and then we moved to a little town called Willimantic. New Haven. I have family in New Haven. I have family in New York. Great. Great to see you here, David. If you have a question, feel free to share. Okay? I'll be right with you here. I'm just kind of going over a few things. My book, The Red Book, it's a very challenging little book. It's a very thought-provoking book. It's more like a self-empowerment manual, okay? It's more like a self-empowerment manual. I'm encouraging folks to get a copy. It's not that much. I think it's under $20, and it makes a great gift, okay? You can get that. The link is there in the chat area. Sleeping Music. Hi, welcome to the episode number 12, my friend. Sleeping Music Daniel from New York City. I hope you guys are having some good weather out there. I'm sure it's probably pretty warm in New York City. Probably just like it is here in Stockton, California. So, and I'm also looking for some volunteers that are willing to take a look at what we're doing with this mission. My friends, I'm going worldwide. I'm on a mission to transform lives. And of course, I can't transform anybody unless people give themselves permission to want to change. But I'm going to continue planting the seed. I'm going to continue making videos. I'm going to continue going live. In fact, I'm going to be going live on Instagram once a week also. So those of you that decide to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at Soldiers of Self-Mastery on Instagram. So we're going to be doing a lot more live interactive programming. Very humid. I know the East Coast, man. 81 degrees. It feels like 92. I hear you, man. I hear you. Am I coming through? I don't have my microphone on today. Am I coming through well? Can you hear me well on the other side? Somebody can let me know. So we're talking about business building, vision. And we've been on a series of what will motivate us to change. Thank you, Simcras. Thank you for joining. If you can, I know some of you go by your handle, by your avatar, whatever it may be on YouTube. If maybe you don't feel comfortable by sharing your name, and that's understandable. Hey, that's your option. But if you want to identify yourself by your name and let me know where you're from, I believe in addressing people on that personal level. Once again, I'm Santos Jr. here in Stockton, California, and we are live. We are live. I see there's people coming on board here. I was watching one of your gambling addiction once insta-subbed. Well, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. By the way, I send out an email once a week, okay? And that may turn into twice a week. But for right now, so that people around the globe can know what Soldier of Self-Mastery is doing, Santos Jr., I send out motivational emails. I let you guys know what my business partner and I, my team and I are doing, which is, my team is very small, kind of updates. And I'm going to be doing a little bit more. We're going to be talking about health. Everything that I talk about really it has to do with motivating us to want to change and get away from gambling, get away from those addictions, because we need something else. And we're talking about business building tips here. We're going to be talking about that in a few minutes. Everything that I'm doing is to help kind of distract people. And the more that we do this, the more that we distract ourselves in the right direction, guess what? We're not going to give time to those other things like the evil place that was mentioned by David, I believe, right? We want to stay away from the evil places. And it doesn't matter. It could be cigarettes. It could be alcohol. It could be drugs. It could be prostitution. It could be pornograph. I've had major problems. So I'm glad that I'm free. And believe me, I will help people become free. I will help those that want to help themselves become free. And as long as my Lord gives me breath, grace, and the strength to be on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook, I'm going to say it like it is, my friends. I'm going to say it like it is. And so I was mentioning this, that if you have I'm looking for volunteers that are willing to help me with my mission. If you want to be part of this mission, if there's something that you can do, I'm sure that, in fact, all of you have a gift somewhere. Where do you find your opportunities? We're going to get into that. Great question. By Sleeping Music Wheat. Feel free to email me. The link will be above, and let me know if there's something that you want to do, you want to help out, you got something, it doesn't, if you can donate, great. Donate money, donate your time. What do I need? I need help with marketing. I need help with editing videos. If you know how to make videos, if you know how to work with those kinds of things. What else do I need help with? Editing, writing. And there's a few other things that I have. If you want to volunteer and help this mission go forward, and just let me know if this is helping you out in some way. Just send me an email and say, hey, Santos, or you have an observation, send me an email, say, Santos, you know what? Hey, you could do this a little bit better. You could do this a little bit differently. I'm open for suggestions. I know that human observations from other people. So that's the way that I think, and I'm very grateful for that. Where do you find opportunities? We're going to be talking about business. Let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys interested in building your own business? Are you interested in what kind of a business would you be interested in building? You have ideas? You have a craft, a hobby that you're doing part-time right now that you'd love to find out how to start building that thing? Daniel here from New York City. Welcome, Daniel. Nice to see you, man. I hear it's humid out there in New York. Well, it's all part of the growth process, my friends. It's all part of the growth process. I've tried different opportunities. In fact, I have 2 multi-level marketing businesses that I'm involved with. One of them is called Legal Shield. I sell legal services to businesses and families and individuals. For less than $30 a month, you can actually have access to your own law firm. For less than $30 a month. That is an opportunity. I don't really promote that as much. I'm going to be promoting it a little bit more. And I also promote healthy water, healthy coffee, and healthy energy through a company called Basic Reset. That is a free opportunity where people can join and share and make money, right? Those are pre-made, okay? Those are pre-made opportunities. And then I also have my own business. I am the CEO of my own business, S. Rolon NXTL Consulting. I'm licensed right here in Stockton, California. So you guys want to learn how to build a business from scratch? I'm trying to see if I can get some feedback here. I know. I'm back to Red Bulls this week. My first one this week. Anyways, this is one of the things that I want to share with you about business building from scratch. Number one, you should be licensed. You should get a license. You can go to your local town hall. Depending on what it is that you're trying to build, you can pay $30, $25. And I personally believe that if you are running a business from home or, well, generally most people start from home, you should be licensed, right? That's kind of ethical. There are a lot of people out there that are running businesses that don't have a license. Well, that's their business. But would you guys agree being ethical is the best way to do things, right? As a coach, as a marketer, as a consultant, well, some people don't ask me for my business license, but it makes me feel more secure about what I'm doing because, again, you do business with people that generally have a license, right? You want to know that they're licensed. And again, that's the starting point. That's the second starting point if you want to start a business from scratch. Now, again, there are multi-level opportunities. If somebody's interested in a health business, it comes already pre-packaged. You get a website, you get a store, you get customer service. All that is already done for you. I can turn you on to Basic Reset. And yes, I'm a part of that. I drink that healthy water, that green, natural healthy water. Phenomenal products. There's some good training there. And it's actually free to get started. I think you have to make a purchase of, I don't know, $40 or something. And I can kind of help give you some tips and guide you if you decide that you want to do that. You can actually be a part of my team. No fun looking over your shoulder all the time. Legal is the best way. Yeah, legal is the best way. Now, of course, the idea has to be first, right? You can't start a business without an idea. Most people are probably thinking, well, where does the idea come from? What are you good at? What is it that you like to do? What are you doing right now that you could possibly turn it into a business as you work your job, right? A couple hours a week extra. Real estate. There's a program where you can actually attract businesses and do marketing for businesses online. I mean, there are all kinds of opportunities. The thing about multi-level marketing businesses is that you're not really in control of that. But you're in control of your own business. When you build something from scratch, you're in complete control of it. Now, Santos, this is supposed to be a channel of overcoming and getting breakthroughs and mindset. Well, I want to expand on all of this because I get asked a lot of questions. How would you feel if, okay, you got an addiction of some sort, you got a problem with gambling or whatever it is, and you begin to build a business that fires you up? I mean, it fires you up. Could that possibly take the place of an addiction that you have? Well, the obvious answer is going to be yes, right? We want in life, if you want to be successful, and success to you means something a little bit different than what success means to me. I'll share with you what I believe success truly means. Success, and this is my observation of what I believe success really is. Success is being at that place in life today where development or the mindset that you have, the clients that you're working with, but you are, and you don't, that doesn't mean that you have to have a mansion or a Ferrari in your, or thousands of dollars coming in. That could mean success for other people, right? But I believe that if you are happy where you are right now with what you have, whether it's a job, whether you're retired, or whether it is a business, and you're happy, right? You wake up every single day and you're happy. You have inner joy. You're not frustrated, right? You don't have all kinds of problems, and that is true success to me. And we can have that. We can have that. So I'm waiting to see if I get some input What do you guys think? Am I alone here today? I see we've gotten. I love the comments, you guys. I appreciate you guys. By the way, are you guys getting anything out of this episode today? Are you guys getting anything out of these episodes that I'm coming across on Fridays and Sundays? Send me an email and let me know, or post right here in the comments. Yeah, Santos, I'm getting something out of this. I'm going to believe that you are, because if you're not, you probably wouldn't be here. Thank you, Daniel. And again, I'm helping some of you guys distract your thoughts, right? That's the key, right? But distract your thoughts in the right direction, because it's one thing to distract your thoughts, right? You can have a problem with gambling. You can have a problem with alcoholism, and you can distract that with another bad thought. That's not what we want. And I'm telling you, my friends, the clock is turning, right? The clock doesn't turn. The needles on the clock turn every single day. And we all have a clock. Each and every one of us, we all have a clock. And the minutes and the seconds and the hours are going by. We don't know how much time we have. We don't know. I was talking to my granddaughter and my daughter, my 19-year-old daughter, earlier, and I was telling them about this time clock that we all have. Because one day we'll walk through that final door. And that door doesn't open two ways. It only opens one way. Right? How will you be remembered? I see there's people joining. If you want to identify yourself by name, where you're from, I appreciate that. Amen Artistry. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Yes, of course. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get more interaction. Or maybe you guys just want to hear me talk. But anyways, I was talking to my daughter and my granddaughter, and I'm telling them, you know what? In life, if you truly want to be successful, you got to change the way you think. I heard it said the other day from a digital mentor of mine that where we are today, we've gotten here from our past thinking. How are we going to get ourselves in a better state? Right? We gotta change the way we think, my friends. Wow, all my comments went away. There we go. We're back. Finding your passion is the key. It's not easy to find. Well, let me address that question. Could it possibly be that, Daniel, maybe age has to do a lot with where we're at today, but could it possibly be that one of the reasons why we may find difficulties in our lives is because we've been following a lot of things that people say, right? Is it difficult to find what it is that we truly want to do in life? Is it difficult? Well, there's a difficulty, right? There's a struggle in there. But I believe that if you just look inside yourself, right? I always talk about journaling. If you look inside yourself and you play with your thoughts and you play with, well, not play, but you just dig, right? Like a shovel. You're digging and you're throwing dirt out, right? You're digging and you're throwing dirt out. The more you dig, the deeper down you're going to go. And the more you dig, the faster you dig, you're going to find what's down there. You're going to find what's down in that hole faster. So in a sense, you're right, Daniel. In a sense, it could be that it is a little bit difficult in the beginning. But I would like to say that it's just a bit challenging. It's just a bit challenging. Maybe that's a play on words, but I'll tell you what, that play on words can make a big difference, right? Just like when I first started transforming my life, I started telling myself, I started telling my brain that I was not a gambler. I started telling my brain that I was a non-gambler. I started telling my brain that I am a leader, that I am a business person. I just told myself. I didn't know how that was going to affect me, but I just kept injecting it into my subconscious. Repetition. The more I did it, the more I wanted to do it. The more often I did it, the more belief. And then after a little bit of period of time, what happened? I began to sense a shift. And this is where the battle is fought right here. This is where the battle is won. So we're talking about business building, and why would you want to start a business? What would be the purpose of starting a business from scratch? Distract whatever else it is that you are doing in the process of digging in and finding what your true passion is. Like Daniel said, digging in deep, you fire up those dolphins that I mentioned in another video, right? I call it setting the dolphins free. Somebody said endorphins or dopamine, right? That fluid, that those whatever it is that is being released, that chemical that is being released from our brain. And it just, I'm telling you, it pushes you. You release those endorphins, and it's like you start to enter into another world, my friends. You know, sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I say, man, Santos, it was just a couple years ago. I'll get to your question there. I see Ricardo. Thank you for coming on. I'm so sick of that word. Just like you say, get it out of your vocabulary. Would it do you some good? How would that affect you if you changed a couple of words? I mean, you just got rid of them, right? Now, I fell back into the casino trap. I almost lost all my salary. I need help. I hear you, Ricardo. Of course, Daniel says there must be more to life than this. Ricardo, there's many ways that you can get help if you're willing to help yourself. I offer a book. In fact, I would encourage you, Ricardo, to go to the top of the chat, the message area here on this live interaction, and you can subscribe. You can purchase a book that's less than $20. That book is going to help you train your mindset, my friend. The key to everything, the key to successful living, the key to business building, the key to effective relationships, the key to a good marriage, the key to having good relationships with your children. Now, there's no complete perfection in all of this. I understand that, because perfection doesn't exist on this planet. Is mind training. I say this often, you're either braining your train or you're either training your brain, right? I use this hashtag all the time. If I can do what I'm doing, you can do. My friends, you guys have so much potential, all of you. And two heads are better than one. So, Ricardo, if you want help, or maybe you want to be coached, you know, maybe you need a self-empowerment coach. There's many of them out there. They're very expensive. I'm extremely affordable. I'd be more than willing to help you. I do monthly. I do weekly coaching. You can go to my website and you can see the services that I'm offering. A lot is changing on that website, so it may be in transition, but you can still subscribe and send me an email, and I'd be more than willing to interact with you, my friend. I see John Gerard Killeen, astronaut John Gerard Killeen. This guy here is going to be the first astronaut in Ireland. And I believe he's working on his pilot license right now. Thank you for being with us, John. John is a very young guy, but he's very smart. We're all smart, by the way. And perfection is perfection. Yeah, that's interesting. Once you realize it, you will look at the world and yourself differently. Good point. Good point. Daniel says, buy the book, The Best Money Spent, Coming from an Ex-Gambler. And it's been revised, by the way, so it's a new book. It's a soft cover book. I mean, you can read the book in less than 30 minutes. But it's full of life hacks. It's full of exercises that you can do to help train your mind, help dig inside yourself. By the way, that book makes a great gift. It's like a little self-empowerment manual that you can use for whatever it is. It's not just for problem gambling, but when I put it together, I had in mind problem gambling. Thank you for input, Gerard. Thank you for input, Daniel, there. Ricardo, hopefully this helps. Like I said, you're welcome to contact me via email. I'm always willing to go out of my way to help people. Now, this is what I wanted to share. I know I get a little bit ahead of myself. It's hard for me to believe where I am today, my friends. It wasn't too long ago that I was struggling with suicidal thoughts, with depression, with fears, with hiding from people because I couldn't manage my money. I was in the casinos several days a week, feeding the coffers, just feeding the coffers. And because I come from a childhood of trauma, domestic violence, fears, insecurities, for me to be doing what I'm doing today is kind of mind-boggling to me, my friends. That's why I tell anybody that I speak to, if I can do what I'm doing, you can do. You can find your passion. You can retrain your mindset. You can become successful starting from this moment right now. Because it's a decision. It is a decision, my friends. Now, I'm here every Friday. Again, I may change the time to a later on in the evening. I'm here on Sundays. I'm looking for volunteers that can help me with this mission. If you have a gift, if you have a talent that you feel, hey, possibly maybe I can work with Santos. There's something that I can help him out with. Feel free to connect with me. And all of this is really to distract us from moving in the wrong direction because we want to move in the right direction. You can't move in the right direction from the wrong direction unless you have a vision, some kind of a vision for yourself. And that's where business comes in. That's why I've been talking a little bit about business. This thing has helped me tremendously to build my business. And I'm in the infancy stage, my friends. I'm just scratching the surface. Now, I'll tell you a few things about building business. You have to learn to be very, very patient. You have to be willing to study. You got to be willing to give money. You got to be willing to take some losses. You got to be willing to count the cost. It's all part of, that's why a lot of people will not build their dream. That's why most people won't. There's only a small handful of people. And you guys know Elon Musk, founder of Tesla, SpaceX. I mean, that guy's way out there. You talk about having a conversation with somebody that kind of, it's hard to understand him sometimes because his mind is in another level. He's in his own world. He's creating, but yet he's drawing people in. He's drawing money, and he's doing some service, a very valuable service for people, right? Daniel, good to have you. Hopefully we'll see you Sunday. Thank you. Like I said, I'm in the infancy stage, man. I'm just scratching the surface, but it's hard for me. I got to ask myself sometimes, Santos, is this real? Everything that you're doing, man, it feels, I know sometimes people use the word surreal, whatever that means. Sometimes I ask myself, man, I don't ever want to go backwards in any way. So I have to remind myself, my transmission is broken. My transmission is broken. I'm not talking about my car. So I mentioned that in the video and somebody asked me, is there something wrong with your car? No, I'm talking about the transmission that we have right here, right? You got to put it in drive, and that's it, man. If you're going to build a business, if you want to be your best at your job, if you want to overcome problem addictions, whatever it may be, you got to put that thing in drive and just break the reverse on it. no going back. And we all need help. I know I need help. As we grow, we all need help. So if you're interested in building a business, or if you're interested in an already made business that you can make some side money with, by the way, the businesses that I'm involved with are in the United States only. I apologize for that. That's just the way they are. My business is international. That's why I like building a business from scratch. And I'm telling you, each and every one of you's got a song in your heart. Each and every one of you's has a book that you can write, a craft, a hobby that you're good at, that you're maybe even better than most of your colleagues, that you can develop as a business with the proper foundation and the proper guidance. So I'm willing to help anybody that's coachable. Like I said, I am a self-empowerment coach. I am an expert when it comes to problem gambling. And actually in many areas, if you go to my website, soldiersofselfmastery.com, there's many services, you know, self-empowerment, positive self-talk, why journaling, how to become a customer service specialist. Now, am I perfect in all of these areas? Heck no. But I've got enough confidence in myself that I can help you, that I can help people. And I'll tell you, if there's one thing that you definitely need today, I believe probably at the top of the list is courage and confidence. The three cousins, self-belief. These are areas that I help, that I can help you if you're lacking. Dismal Realm. Welcome to the program. I gambled over 1,000 this week. Not a good thing. Playing poker, I was doing well and kept telling myself it wasn't gambling, but then I'd get really drunk and not be able to leave the table before I lost everything. Sorry to hear that, my friend. By the way, welcome to the program. We are here on Sundays also between 4 and 5. Thank you, Amen Artistry. I'm humbled by your statement. I wonder who you are, Amen Artistry. I'm kind of wondering if that's somebody that I've known. I'm not sure. Very big inspiration. I appreciate that. And hopefully you guys are walking away with some good inspiration and some good motivation for yourselves. Now, I've shared a little bit about my journey. I'm still working on my business. Like I said, I'm still developing it. But we all have a gift, my friends. Some of you may not agree with this, and that's fine. That's fine. But this is who I am, and I try to tell it like it is, right? I am very grateful and thankful to the Lord above for his grace and his mercy, because that's my foundation. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't his grace. I don't think we'd be here if it wasn't for his grace. I was reading a little story. I'm going to share this, and we're going to be closing the program down here in a few minutes. I was reading the story in the book of Genesis about Adam and Eve when they were first created. And I noticed a few observations as I was reading this time around. God created Adam, right? This is the way that I believe. God created Adam. He put Adam in a garden. He was supposed to do his work there. And he also created a tree, and he named the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And he warned the man, he said, in the day that you eat or you touch, no, he didn't say touch, forgive me. He said, in the day that you eat from that tree, you're going to die. And you can eat from every tree. You can eat from the plants, whatever. I kind of think we were vegetarians in the beginning because he didn't say eat from the animals. That was after this episode. So he created the woman, he put the man together, and there's the man and the woman there in the Garden of Eden. And then this character shows up by the name of he's referred to as the devil or the adversary in the Bible. And he presented himself as a serpent. So the serpent asked Eve, he wasn't talking to Adam, but the serpent was asking questions to Eve, and Eve fell into a trap, and she ate from that tree. Remember the tree that God told Adam not to eat from? And I'm getting to the moral of this little story here very quick. Adam took what the woman gave, and they both noticed something happened. Something changed. God warned Adam, in the day that you eat, you shall surely die. That was a spiritual thing that was going on there. And next to you know, God calls upon Adam and Eve, and they start blaming. First of all, Eve blamed the serpent, right? You guys know anybody that likes to blame others? The blame game? They started blaming, and next to you know, well, here's what I want to get to. I'll cut it short. Adam he didn't like, obviously he didn't do what God had told him. He didn't take advice very well. But they listened to the questions that were being presented by the serpent, right? The woman did. And they both fell into that problem big time. Next to you know, there's a curse pronounced. So I noticed something about human nature. We don't like to be told what to do. And I try to refrain from that as much as possible, even though I do it. I'd rather ask you guys questions so that you guys can ask yourself and give yourself permission to do what you need to do. I don't know if maybe this makes sense to you, but by nature, we don't like to be told what to do. So I'm working on myself, guys, more and more every day to present more questions, because I believe we grow. And I don't want to be like, okay, well, you were just talking about questions from the serpent to Eve. I understand that. It's just the way human nature works, my friends. It's just the way. You know, our doctors tell us to do things. Most of the time, we don't listen to the doctor, right? If we have a therapist or a counselor of sorts, or sometimes a good friend, we get advice. Sometimes they want to give us advice without us asking them. We generally will not take advice. We must learn to practice humility and figure out what is best, right? Through questions, through asking questions, through asking yourself questions. And how do you get really good at asking questions? How do you get really good at asking questions? Practice, education, and by continually asking. So that's the moral of that one. Anyways, I've gone on. I appreciate you guys' comments, all of you guys. So let's wrap things up. A business is a vision. It will help you focus. It'll help you get organized. It'll help you become more of a leader, because in order to succeed in a business, you have to become a greater leader. You're going to be almost forced to grow and to admit, because you're going to fail. You're going to suck. I hate to say that word, but you're going to suck in the beginning of building your own business. Whether it's a multi-level marketing business, whether it's an affiliate program, or whether it's building your own business from scratch, you will suck in the beginning. That's part of the process. Be willing to accept that. I know it's not an easy pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Get your license, right? If you want to start a business, get your license. Licensing is not a no-brainer. $20, $30. Go to the city hall or wherever it is in your town. Craft your idea, put it down on paper, and fine-tune it. Or if you're looking for somebody to join business with, like I said, you can email me. I shared a lot in this episode about some of the businesses that I'm still involved with. And I've been with those combined of almost 10 years that I've been with two businesses that are multi-level marketing businesses. I don't promote them as much as I used to. I get a little bit of residual income from work that I did 6 years ago, and that's great. But my goal is to help empower people. And like I said, as a self-empowerment coach, as a speaker, That's what I want to do. That's my passion. Is that challenging? Yes, it is challenging, but I'm willing to accept the challenge, and there's no going back for me. There's no going back for me, my friends. I appreciate the thumbs up. Thank you very much. Ricardo Nunes, you are great when you usually come here live. When you usually come here live on YouTube? Well, I'm here on Fridays between 4 and 5 p.m. And I'm here on Sundays between 4 and 5 Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be moving also 1 week to Soldiers of Self-Mastery at Instagram. And I'm possibly going to do a live session on Facebook. I'm kind of contemplating how I can get all of this together as I do my coaching practice. I'm open right now for 4 coaching spots. I have 4 spots available. And we're still in the beginning of this month. It doesn't matter to me what goal you have in mind. If you've got something that you seriously and honestly want to achieve faster, and you're willing to invest time, and you're willing to dedicate determination into that project, into that hobby, I'm willing to offer you my coaching services. I know that my coaching services are not for everybody because not everybody's willing to truly and honestly invest in themselves. And that's fine. That's just the way it is. But I offer that. Again, all my links, the red book that is on Amazon, it's less than $20, my friends. I would encourage you to get the book. It's going to help you in one way or another. It's going to help you, believe me. Laura, good to see you, Laura. Staying safe on the roads. Late, but here. Well, you can always watch the rerun if you decide to. But we're going to be winding down here pretty soon. Let me see if there's anything else. I appreciate all of you guys that you've made my afternoon. You know, I'm humbled. I'm kind of emotional right now. I feel very emotional right now because you know what? I want comments. I look forward to seeing what you can do, what you're going to do with your life. And I will definitely look forward to seeing you on Sunday again. Remember, if there's anything that I can do, subscribe. The link, all my links will be at the top of the chat area so that you can get a hold of me if you, or you have, hey, Santos, you suck, man. Yeah, I sure do. I suck water. I suck food in. I suck air. What have you. Thank you once again, Laura. I will see you guys on my next episode. Will be episode 13, my friends. And what are we going to talk about on that episode? If you guys have a comment to that, if one of you guys has an idea that you want me to bring and brainstorm about, send me an email and we will talk about that. Remember, this is your program also. Santos Jr., a.k.a. Soldier of Self-Mastery, Philosopher of Everyday Victorious Living, right here in Stockton, California. I'm going to continue to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over-the-top day, daily, in spite of and because of, my friends. I'll see you at the very top.